wreaking havoc in Taiwan and the Philippines, with several deaths recorded. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10. It was a busy day for President Bola Tinubu, who met with the governors of the All Progressives Congress inside the presidential villa. The governors arrived at the forecourt of the State House at about 1 p.m., led by Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodimma. The meeting highlighted the efforts made for the nationwide protest to be shelved and ensure citizens give more time to government for the implementation of its policies. The president also met with traditional rulers led by the Sultan of Sokoto and the Oni of Ife in a closed-door meeting inside the council chambers. The Oni of Ife and some other monarchs spoke with State House correspondents after the meeting with the president as they appealed to the organizers of the protest to shelve plans. Also in attendance at the meeting were Vice President Kashim Shettima, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, and others.
Message we're taking back to our people is to be calm, to exercise patience, and also to listen to the words of wisdom coming from the traditional rulers, from the governors, because we have spoken to the president and he has given us the blueprint of what he has been doing over time, and we're hopeful, that inshallah it will be well.
Hearing from Mr. President directly, I can see the passion. But at the same time, I think the government is finally understanding we are at a precipice. Our youths are our future. But by God's grace, I think if you would give us the chance, this protest, I know that it's catching you very, very high in your neck. But if you give us the chance, let us not destroy our own country.
People that are out there to maybe protest, it's their right, civic right, but let them put a face to it and don't let it be hijacked by people that has ulterior motive. That is our stand. We condemn such acts.
Now for more updates, Public Affairs Analyst Biodun Sowunmi joins me on the news at 10. Mr. Sowunmi, we're beginning to hear traditional rulers also speak out on the planned protest. What is the role of the traditional institution in situations like this? Well,
it's very clear that the current protest is similar to the one, the NSAS protest, which we all saw the destruction it wrought on the nation. It got hijacked and things went absolutely wrong. So many assets were destroyed in some states, including the burning of police stations and killing of police officers. Of course, some civilians also lost their lives in that process. Nobody wants destruction. Nobody wants killing. So therefore, it is incumbent upon traditional rulers as fathers for all, fathers of the people, to intervene when issues get to this point that we can foresee steps to, to create crisis in the country. It is incumbent upon them, to come in and say, look, we've got to look at these issues carefully and ensure that we do not end up descending into crisis. So I think the intervention of the traditional rulers and the invitation of the president have both welcome. They are necessary steps to stem the tide of the direction in which those who are organizing the protests, are going. No one knows the organizer.
But then how much of an influence do you see, they are charged to protesters to toll the path of peace? How much of influence do you see have on the organizers of this, march?
The organizers are faceless, unlike the traditional protest in Nigeria. Because when people are faceless, you don't even know who to talk to. You don't know who to negotiate with. Once you do not have people to negotiate with, you may be heading towards anarchy, and nobody wants that. Now, the role of the traditional rulers is to appeal to their subjects, not to get themselves involved in anything that can create a crisis in the country, because it will not lead to an improvement in the people's well-being, other than a painstaking effort, to address the economic challenges which Nigerians are facing. That is the only solution, to the present crisis we find ourselves in. And in any case, if they fail to intervene, they themselves will see the repercussions of actions of people who may be motivated by genuine pains, but follow the course that it could end up being hijacked, by those who are hell-bent on creating crisis in the country. Right, and that is what nobody will.
All right, then. Public Affairs Analyst Biodun Sowunmi, thank you so much for talking to us on TVC News at 10.
Thank you.
The Department of State Services says it has identified